right. Happy Friday. Pull on up and have a seat. This is Relationship Recap. You guys know we are talking about the Never Ever Mets. And I am your host, Christal XO. And the other half of Relationship Recap, of course, is our good friend, Pajama Moe.
It is Friday, and I am Pajama Moe. What's happening, Christal? Happy Friday.
You know, you got red on tonight.
Yeah, I'm rotating the pajama wardrobe. I'm rotating it.
Okay, but red is a powerful, bold color. Yeah.
Powerful and bold. What can I
say? What's up under the olive branches? We are so excited that you were able to join us. You said, so glad you started at 10. I got some things to get done before I relax and chat it up with y'all. And tonight, I knew tonight's episode was going to be great.
You called it?
I did. I knew it was going to be great. I wanted us to do something special for tonight because we haven't done it in a long time. We have not sent out a care package.
Okay.
I hate you. We haven't sent a care package out in probably over a year.
What kind of? I don't know if it's that long, but what kind of care package?
Well, most of our viewers are ladies. And so we've sent out books. We've sent out, some makeup, little makeup kits. We sent out something else. But I think tonight we should figure out some type of thing to do, and we should send out a care package.
I'm going to send out some advice.
No, we do that every week.
No, I'm playing. Now
we do that every week.
Let's if all else fails, I know it always works, so we'll figure it out. But by the end of the show, or close to the last 15 minutes or so, and I might have some.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. First of all, I do have, I'm excited because today I did something. I've been doing a lot more cooking. Hey, Miss Wilson. Hey, D Brown.
Hey, D Brown, Miss Wilson.
Queasy. What's up, girl? Mo Catchings, welcome. Keisha, welcome everybody. Come on in. You guys can share my excitement because you ever been to like a restaurant and you have like a favorite dish?
At every place I go, I stick to the same thing. I'm faithful to what I like.
I am too, but so when I go to Olive Garden, because I don't eat cheese. So when I go to Olive Garden, I always get the soup and salad. Well, thank you, Under the Olive Branch, for that wonderful super sticker early on, setting the night off right.
There you go.
Thank you. We appreciate the love. So at Olive Garden, I always get a soup and salad. And I like the Zuppa Toscana soup. I have been eating this for years.
Mm-hmm.
Years, like ever since I first went to Olive Garden. Zuppa Toscana soup is like potatoes, sausage, kale, and it's like an Italian soup. I made the best Zuppa Toscana homemade soup tonight.
That's what I'm talking about. That's when you do. That's made with love. When you do it like
it was, and I'm telling you, at Jade Travels, it is it is delicious, and I'm so proud of myself. Because I really, Gumboss doesn't like to eat out. He is a true country boy. He loves to eat in. So if I can make some of those, I made chicken tortilla soup because I like that. That's one of my favorites when I go to a Mexican restaurant.
Make a lot of soup.
I can make a lot of things, but the two soups, now I'm adding this Zuppa Toscana to my repertoire because I really would do I do a stew. I do a really good beef stew, vegetable stew.
You do.
I do
What was the thing that you had at that cowboy theme party?
Oh, that was my chili. It was like a veggie chili. So I do I can do either type of chili. I do a great beef stew. I do a great chicken tortilla. And now I am adding a Zuppa Toscana.
You do a lot of sauces, I see.
Well, I don't do sauces. I do soup.
All those have sauce base.
Right.
It's not bad because
I don't know. So because some people do when they do spaghetti, they do their own sauce. I don't really do I don't do spaghetti sauce. I don't do spaghetti sauce.
I make a mean spaghetti, and we'll get into that.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I do a little different.
What makes it mean?
Huh?
What makes it mean?
Because I do. Well, number one, I do it with turkey.
Okay. Okay.
Two, I do turkey sausage.
Okay.
Number two, I add like the green tomatoes. I mean the bell peppers in, but I put Moscato in my spaghetti.
I did not see that coming.
Little Moscato in there. Oh, sweet. I mean,
I did not see that coming.
Now, Moscato in there in the sauce. Try it, and it's all turkey. Turkey sausage and turkey ground beef. I mean ground. Pardon.
And so because there is like a lot of recipes call for like a red wine sauce.
Moscato.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to lead us to a place where that would be. But what made you say, let me pour the Moscato in the spaghetti?
Experiment.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Anyway, but so name the dishes again.
Well, now these are just my, I can do, I've got a wide variety. Tonight, okay. I'm just talking about my soups, and I don't really consider I don't know, like beef stew, vegetable stew, chili. Those are like meals. Because you don't really have to eat. I mean, that's just a meal. But the zuppa toscana and the chicken tortilla is more like, those are more like soups.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I am becoming a whole chef. I'm over here just chefing it up.
And I'm pretty sure that man over there got a big Kool-Aid smile on his face.
He always has a happy tummy. But yeah, I like stew. I like, especially when stew is only good I start the stew at about late October, Halloween through February. Ain't no stew happening right in the spring or something. It's just too much.
I would pay somebody, and then I'm no BS. I'm a big chicken and dumpling fan. My grandmother made the best I've ever had, but I'm open. I don't want it in a commercial spot.
Yeah.
This chicken and dumplings, man. Oh, delicious.
You know what? I know you had a friend. I cannot make gumbo.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a gumbo person. But you had a friend that could make that I would buy gumbo from.
Yeah, my old coworker. She was from New Orleans, but she was good.
And it was delicious. I would just pay her to whip up a batch. And this is after Chanel went to college, and my son and I were at home, and I enjoy, just because I would work a lot, and that way he could just eat off of it for days. I wish we could find her.
You had enough. You ain't never saved it?
I guess I didn't save it because she was great, and I don't know how to make gumbo, but that's not something. Now my son can make it because his grandparents are from, they live in Louisiana, but. Yeah, I already know that's probably not, maybe I can try it, but yeah. But anyway, tonight I made zuppa toscana soup. I'm proud of myself.
There you go.
That's what I got. Tonight is a lot to talk about with the Never Ever Mets. There's a lot to talk about.
That is true.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, the Never Ever Mets had a lot to talk about, but I am just going to say this is the first thing I want to address is the fact that we saw Clavacier's butt crack.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the purple room. Oh, yeah.
What was up with that?
What, the butt crack or the purple room?
The butt crack.
I didn't even know. I didn't look at that. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, the camera, and he looked like his clothes were too small.
That's how them young brothers like it. Clavacier's.
But he's not. That's why I learned how to say his name tonight because I heard him say it. Clavacier's. He introduced himself to his mother. So tonight, my two questions of the night, and we can come back to these later, but all night I'm going to be asking these questions. Why did we see Clavacier's butt crack? And does Scorpio Moe have a crush on Tatiana's mother? These are the questions that I was thinking as I was watching the show.
You know what? I had a sneaky suspicion. Now why would you pull that?
Well, because I told everybody that when we were at the Mother's Day brunch,
that was you. Hey, man.
You like the mother and not the daughter. And so when I saw Tatiana's mother, I was like, Scorpio Moe is eyeing the mom. I would bet money.
I did not like the mother. I thought the mother looked good for an older woman. And you said, no, the daughter. And the daughter, honestly.
Now you're talking about I'm talking about tonight with Tatiana. Is that your speed? Would you have hollered? Would you swipe right on Tatiana's mind? And be honest, because we know she was attractive. Be honest, Mo.
She looked too much like the daughter to me.
Did you think so?
Huh?
You thought so?
Yeah, they look. Yeah.
If you had to pick, which one would you go for?
Well, you know, if I had to pick, I don't do the young girl thing. You know that. Y'all know that by now. Y'all know this by now, right?
I know. It's just funny that I was like, you know what? Mo's on mama patrol. He's hunting the mamas.
I'm starting to feel attacked right now.
That's not bad. She's an attractive woman.
I don't like it. Now, here's the thing. Now, every mother-daughter group scenario.
No, not every mother-daughter scenario, just older women. Because that lady at the Mother's Day brunch had to be pushing 70. I
said she looked nice.
No, you sat there and tried to make eye contact. And Gail is said, okay, we moving on. I just want to know. I just said that was the two questions I had. The biggest questions for tonight was, does Mo like Tatiana's mother? And why did we see this?
Clavacier's butt crack.
Butt crack. That's a big boy.
Yeah, them clothes is definitely too small for son.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Well, let's get into it. Before we don't want to start with Clavassier. And the fact that that's the name is wild to me. I actually want to start here. I want to start here with Jared and Charlie.
All right.
The more I get to know Jared, the less I like him.
I thought we understood that about 3 episodes ago. Really?
We do, but what we did not know until tonight is that Jared was married before.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you there said, ask the Cavassier. That's funny.
That is, right?
That is funny. I will have to post that. That is hilarious. Good one. I love the fact that our chat is so witty. Speak to us about what you think about Jared being formerly married.
That explains a little bit.
Like what?
The fact that he doesn't want to be locked in again, or at least he's not ready to be. And she comes with a lot, like not only with the kids, but she's really into him and he's not there. And to commit to that will be a heavy weight after you. I don't know what the separation is from him being married to meeting Charlie, but I would assume that he's not ready. It wasn't enough time. It's not enough time. He wants a friend, a companion, but not yet. For anything.
I don't think he even wants a friend. I think he is
her.
I think he's a user. I think he's an asshole. I think he is immature. I think he's inconsiderate of other people because this whole time I don't care about Clavassier, but the fact that he was laughing and adding to, anytime there's an issue, he adds fuel to the fire. Him and Alexis make things worse. He's laughing and pointing, be it with Brandon and Kiki or with Clavassier and Tatiana. He's always he is like always is that exacerbating the situation. And then of course him talking about using old girl for crack. And I mean, I don't think much of her because she did lie. I think she has no business being on this show when she has just a new baby. But the fact that he is, it just, he's acting like a predator. Like, you know, I'm just playing with her. And then he was like, you know, if somebody I saw, he made it clear in his confessional. And again, these are all decisions that he makes to share on camera. He made it clear in his confessional that not only does he not see her as a wife, he doesn't see her as a girlfriend. This is just, it's just been fun. And it was clear to him that he was trying to hit. And as soon as he hit, now he just doesn't even like her. We saw him say today, my feelings, you know, the honeymoon phase is over. My feelings have changed and I got to tell her. And the only thing that happened is he had a chance to hit the boom boom room a few times and he's done.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of cats like that. And I'm glad women were seeing like kind of behind the curtain when you do the confessionals, you know, he just seems too old for that. Even if he's not old, you know, you seen the representative maybe the first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, it just slowly went out the window. And for him to not have any shame on television. Now, she might have lied about the kid situation and she came clean and everything came out. But to me, like, at that point, you're on TV. Even if you felt the way, just as a man, as a human, like let this go. Like, I don't want to say, I kind of want to say spare that just for a lack of a better phrase. But dog, you ain't got to go, and this is to a lot of men, you ain't got to go through everything. Like grow up, you don't got to go through everything. Sometimes I had a guy tell me when I was young, and then he asked me, was I going out? I said, nah, not tonight. He was like, good, man. He said, sometimes, man, you got to let the night have the night. You can't participate every night, man. Don't think you have to participate every night, every weekend or whatever. So I'm saying that to that, and I'm applying that to dudes. If you want that type of time with women, like, this is how you get caught up. This is how you get bad karma. This is how, because you moving intentionally wrong and you know it. And you know this girl, yeah, she did that. But other than that, she didn't do anything to you.
All she did was like him.
And that's it. And sometimes if you're not in that space, man, sometimes the best thing you can do is just fall back. At this point, him and somebody else, this is a vacation. They treating it like they getting away for 2 weeks, you know, and because she didn't do nothing really to you.
Because even though she lied, you lied too. They both lied about having kids, right?
At that point, but if you're not feeling her, you just not feeling her, and you can say that and you can spare the rest of the stuff, but you ain't gotta HIT, you ain't gotta hit everything, man. Just to say that you did it. You know what I mean?
I think he's disrespectful. Consumer O said Clay made a B move when this whole time there. Jared said that Clay made a B move. He did, because he has a lot of criticism for everybody else. He said Jared said Clay made a B move when this whole time there he's making B moves. And I agree 100% with that. That's just stupid to get off on clowning Charlie. And Antoinette, I agree that Jared is big proud to be disrespectful. Like, that's, you know, it's ridiculous that you would be bragging about the fact that you're cracking, you're hitting. Like, that's childish. It's childish.
She got kids like that. This is on TV forever. Like, even if you want that type of time, you think you will reserve this for TV and just fall back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think I agree with Mo. Mo Catching says, I don't think he would have wanted her had she not lied. He got what he wanted from her. I agree. I don't think he ever was really into her. I think it was a game for him the whole time. And I think that, because like I said, he could be upset. It could be that he doesn't respect her, but he lied to her as well. you know?
That part.
So it's not like he was in the right ever. I think that this was all a game to him, but it's a difference between a man that's like, I can't, I don't really, but it's a game. Like he's playing games. He's bragging about it. He thinks that he looks
like, where's your self-respect on TV?
Yeah.
I'm not, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's better behind closed doors, but what I'm saying is you don't have any discernment, you don't have anything will let me chill because I don't, my kids could watch, you know what I'm saying? You don't have
my mother, my sisters. That tells me that there's a lack of accountability in your life, period.
That part. And then we go back to my phrase, mastering your desires. It's that bad you ready to jump out the window on television just to get some? You wilding.
Yeah, and Jared gets, he didn't have to come on that TV show to get her. Like that was just
that part.
He's a clown to me. He's a clown. He's a clown. She's a clown too. But I think a lot of times girls with very low self-esteem find themselves in a pattern of being used and they never really wake up and get it. Like, this is going to keep happening until you stop chasing guys and start focusing on yourself.
And unfortunately, women of that, I don't know her race, I don't know her background, but what it appears to be, it seems like for black men, they try to go the extra mile. I don't know if it's to prove a point, but you know what I'm saying?
You mean because she's biracial?
Yeah, or whatever it is, they really go they down with the bruh. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that she's super naive and doesn't get it.
I don't think she's naive.
You don't think she's naive?
Nah, you can't mess with that, man. But nah, I don't believe. And I bet you all kids about black men.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. But I think the reason I say naive is because I think sometimes those girls don't get it. Like, they don't really understand that those dudes don't like you. And before they could instead of dealing with the rejection or the stuff, they just go to the next guy, right? And use sex to try to get him. That doesn't work. And then they on to the next one. We're just speculating on the race of her BDs, but I that would be my opinion based on her energy.
It reminds me of, it's like a bad episode or another episode of Love After Lockup. That's what that scenario them two remind me.
It does. There is this Love After Lockup, and it's so funny you said that because I just saw one of the clips today, and it's this guy who is, I think he's biracial. He's attractive, but he's immature. He's got tattoos all over him. He's crazy, and he got these girls acting a fool over him. But I'm telling you, I think that Charlie is biracial. She's not white, J. King. We talked about that the first.
Neither. It's white and something else. It ain't
black. She's biracial. It's white and something else. But she mentioned that as being a part of her, she mentioned that. But I don't think it has anything to do with her racial ethnicity. I think that there are a lot of women who feel like when they lead with their sexuality and men respond, that means that the men are attracted to them. And they don't understand the difference between a man being attracted to you and a man wanting to use you for sex, for sex or whatever. I don't want to get flagged. But I'm telling you, I think there's a lot of women who don't know the difference. And even though they keep ending up in the same situation, they really don't get the fact that yes, you're getting a response, but the response is not based on him actually liking you. The response is based on him seeing you as a cheap target, low-hanging fruit.
Well, once again, there's dudes that are familiar that certain type of women will put up with a lot more, or they want to be accepted by this other side.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that it's insecurity. I think that both sides can pick up on insecurity, because there's another person that we're going to get into, another couple that I feel like there's some insecurity as well. And when a person has bad intentions, they usually look for someone that they can manipulate, an easy mark. Thank you, Tammy. And that means that person has low self-esteem. But I don't think, to me, oh boy thinks that he's getting over, and you're just playing yourself because you look like a clown on TV.
That part.
Yeah. Moving off of them, I want to go here because I gotta say, I feel like I was right.
About
Brittany does not like Ty.
Right.
Brittany does not respect Ty. You guys remember when I said the fact that she's trying to make him, I thought it was strange that she was trying to make him serve her. She was really upset because she was like, he said he was going to do all this stuff. She is trying to use somebody. Same type of thing as Jared, in my opinion, right?
Okay.
She does not like him at all. She does not respect him at all. So the fact that, and we've also talked about on this show how when you don't like somebody, any little thing they do, you're irritated by, right? She would not have acted like that if somebody that she liked didn't bring her a meal. But she wanted to show out because she feels like she's so above Ty. Her attitude is disgusting to me. And she feels that way, Mo. I know how you feel, but she feels like, as we saw tonight, and it's kind of like what happened last season on The Never Ever Mets, with her being flirtatious with Cinco, who does not want her at all. But her being flirtatious, but I'm just going back to when she was basically being demanding of Ty that he basically kiss her behind. And he was like, well, let me try to do things better. Remember, he brought her back breakfast in bed. She's playing him. She don't like him at all. She's just trying to make a fool out of him because she feels like she's better than him. She sees him as goofy.
Before she start doing that, she need to put on them high-waist pants again and look in the mirror real good before she start doing stuff like that. I'm sorry if you watched this. I'm sorry. I decided to say it. Because Christal said you thought you would say, no, you don't. You better not.
She does. And you remember how one time you and I were talking and you were like, you give a girl a chance and it's not necessarily what you want. And then she starts talking crazy to you.
Man. What?
Imagine if she was, just go back, rewind, reverse to when she was talking crazy to Ty.
That's what I'm saying. He should have had a picture on his phone with the high-waist pants on and be like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I got it.
Oh, she does think he's a goofy. I agree, Antoinette. This is the thing. As we called it not last episode, but the episode before. His brother, she likes
him. And
she probably was flirting with the brother and it went too far because the brother, you know how if you like a guy and he really likes you too, but he can't do nothing with you, he'll try to put you on his boy. So be like, at least my boy can have her, right? So I think that's what happened.
You know what? That sounds about right. And it sounds, and my thing is, the brother was trying to be accommodating. He took in the information from the moms, or was it the mother, right?
Yeah.
He took in the information and he applied it. And then it's still, and then so it's like, I mean, what else do you want, man?
Yeah. No, she don't like him. But even no matter what he did, she wasn't gonna like him. She wasn't gonna like him because you could tell the way even how she did him tonight. She let him do all that and they got back to the house and she was clowning him. Heck no. You
See,
let him kiss you? Heck no. Like she wasn't talking like that to him at dinner. She
see,
was letting him go all out and do stuff for her. Took her to his real house and all that.
see.
And then she was talking crazy about it behind his back. It's and I think, like for both sexes, right? For both genders, if you don't like somebody, clowning them doesn't make you look good. It makes you look bad.
You
It
know,
makes you look unattractive.
that,
It shows your weaknesses.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
I don't. And she, who tickles somebody else's dude? Why you look like that? Why you look like that?
That's violation.
It is. It is. Jay really could have. Jay caught, but I like the fact that Jay didn't let it get to her because Cinco wasn't really check. Like he wasn't. He just, he's a class act. He's the only person on the show that's a class act.
I wouldn't even, if I was seeing somebody, I wouldn't even want to laugh at my friend's jokes too hard.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that nigga ain't that funny. He's up a little bit. No, but here's the thing, man. I just think that once you decide in your mind you don't like them, you don't want to be with, every single thing is going to get on your nerves.
But I think the fact that she thinks that I'm telling you, she thinks that she's so above him that
I don't know where she got that from.
she does. She does.
It might be slightly the other way around, but
because I think the fact that he's chasing her so hard. And see, can you speak to this?
Message, fellas. Message.
Can you speak to that? How sometimes a guy can be chasing you really hard, but it's not that he thinks that you're all that. Can you please share with the people what's at the heart of that?
Well, a lot of times, you got some guys that are really, and we talked about this before, like some dudes just love the chase of it.
Yeah.
Especially if they grew up chasing all their life. This is part of their program.
Yeah.
That's why you see the confident guys, they don't really, what I'm saying? Because that's part of their program. So if you get the guys be like, man, come on, man, we got to get up on these women. I mean, they've really been, what I'm saying? They might have had some success in their life or started working out, got some paper, and now it's like it feels like they're making up for lost time, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of brothers like that. But when you're doing that and it's truly without real purpose, or you do it and you feel empty once you got it, and it's not what you thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was all in your mind.
Yeah.
It was really all in your mind. So you got to be careful with that. That's because especially the older you get, you have to really think about it. And I know it's hard for young men to do that because hormones and all these things come into play, but you're really playing with people's lives. This goes on both ends, but especially for men.
Yeah.
Because trading in with this person is thinking could be something special, and you're trading it in for something that's actually cheap.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Self is cheap, but just the thought that you want that, for lack of a better term, pump and dump, that mindset is cheap.
Yeah.
That is cheap. Not she as the woman.
Right.
Means something to her, and she's putting something valuable out when you're looking at it as almost a sport. And like I said, I don't want to even think like that's something you grow into as a man. And sometimes it is taught. Hopefully, you have your mother. This is where the balance comes in with having a mother in the home. The father's going to say one thing, and hopefully the father balances it out with other information. But he's definitely going to be looking at you one way as a son. But the mother's there to be nurturing, and that women have feelings and that whole thing. And not that grown men aren't aware of that, but I just think it speaks different when your mother says it.
Yeah, and hopefully you respect your mom. And I know before we get off of here, we're going to talk a little bit about the never ever met. And I think that's a good example of when a boy doesn't respect his mom as opposed to a guy that does, right? And so we'll see the difference. We get to that.
The son.
Yeah, son, right. When a son doesn't respect the mom as opposed to when one does, the difference in the energy and even how that could play out in his relationship with women.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and to your point, hey, you there, moms don't necessarily nurture all that time. And as we see with somebody's son, one of the mothers did not do a lot of nurturing, and the son ain't really feeling her. He ain't really respecting her now, you know. So, but yeah, I agree with Tammy when it comes to Ty and Brittany. If he acted like he didn't want her, she would be big mad because her ego would be hurt.
But is that due to validation, correct? Or what do you think?
It's ego. It's just ego.
Okay.
Which really, to me, means she's not ready to be with nobody. Because if you can't treat it, even if you don't like somebody said that just because you don't like somebody, you don't have to be mean to them, right?
That part.
And if you feel like you do, then to me, you're not ready to be with anybody because you don't have respect.
That.
You know, and if you think that it's because that person is corny or they're not as attractive, and you have to like do them wrong and clown them, then that speaks to your character and your maturity level, and you're probably not ready for the right person.
Can I say this? Oh boy, I hope y'all don't be mad at me. Women do that more than men. Men do it behind their back. Women do it more to you in front of you.
I'm gonna disagree with you, and we can talk about why. Let's get to it.
I just think that women to do it in the club. They'll do it anyway. Men do it. I'm not saying do it more. I'm saying women will do it in front of the man.
Men do it after they get after they get between your legs.
They got to get that far. You ain't even getting that far with a woman. You at the club and she'll call you broke, or you ain't got this, or what kind of shoes are those? They do all that. Men would. Now, I'm not saying men aren't thinking things, but they're not doing it in front of the woman. They're not. I think what you're going to get from a man is, you know, can I get your number? Hey, can I holler at you with a man? You're going to get from some dumb ignorant. He's going to call you the B word.
Or he's gonna, right, but I'm more concerned about the ones that fake nice just to get what they want and then treat you bad afterwards. I think like what Jared is doing, that to me is worse. And I think even with Clavassier, you can tell the difference. And I think that's, you know, we could go there in just a minute, but just with the difference for a woman, once you've been intimate. And that's why I feel like it's so important for women not to allow men to be in their intimate space, because once you do that, it hurts a different way. You saw with Tatiana how different she is, because now she's open, right? Now they've been intimate. You can tell the difference. She's open. She's willing to give things a chance. She's willing to try stuff out. First, she was like, no. Once they got to that place and he's, I love you, and then spend some time in the boom boom room. Now she's open to giving it a chance, even when she doesn't need to.
Didn't I tell you that though?
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for, to try to lock it in before he said what he needed to say.
Yeah. So let's just get into that. Let's just get into it. Tatiana and Clavassier tonight was wild because, all right, the best friend. It almost like why did we need to know that the best friend was a porn star?
To put it in context, this is all production added. I'm assuming like I received information that she might be a part of another reality show.
Okay.
And, you know, she's making the rounds. I think this is all set up. I think it's all production. It's just all BS, all of it. I mean, that part of it anyway.
Yeah. I do want to say that I have never ran at Moe and wrapped my legs around his waist.
First of all, I would kick you right in your forehead if you did. Second of all, you don't have the knee structure to even complete such an act. Third of all, let me explain.
You don't have the back strength to carry it out. We would both hit the ground, and
this is true. This is
that's all. Point is, that is not how friends embrace.
Yeah, I don't play the 2-arm hug. I don't play that.
But I take a little offense at you saying that. What did you say the first thing? I don't have the knee structure. That was wild. Well, you said you would kick me in my forehead. First of all, you don't have the reflexes to do that.
Give me a week or two, I get it together. It's not right.
Oh my gosh. No, that's not how friends embrace. That's not how I can honestly say Mo and I have been best friends for a long time. That is not and you're right, nor the back, the back strength, nor the arm strength, nor the shoulder width. Oh no, but yeah, that's not how friends embrace.
It was out of pocket, but what I would say is, like, they added so much to it. It was foul, but they just kept going on and on.
Well, I do think that's crazy because I would just say, and we can be honest here tonight, because that's what we do. We have had situations where some girlfriends of yours have felt uncomfortable with our friendship, but it has never been because of anything that we've done, right? And I think that sometimes people are insecure, but I also think, and I go out of my way, especially now, because I will say this: men are not as insecure as women in some ways. There have been guys that like me that have made, remarks about you, right? But not anybody that I was really dating, maybe one or two, but not anybody I was really serious about. Adrian is probably the only person I was really serious about, Gun Boss, and you guys are, very close as well. So that never is an issue, but there have been other women that have thought that. But I will say that it is the job of the friend and the person in the relationship to make the person feel secure. And I feel like I've gone out of my way. In fact, in times past, I've gone way out of my way to make girls feel comfortable because I never want them to feel like that.
No, but the funny thing is, a lot of them don't know that when I was contemplating at some point to, like, I'm gonna stop dealing with whoever, that you were trying to keep it together.
Yeah. And they be hating on me.
Right. But here's the thing, especially like the Clay situation and Tatiana, whatever, if that woman had looked like somebody, and I'm not saying she was like super attractive or anything, but if she didn't
look like that, let's don't name anybody in our I don't want nobody else besides me to catch no strays tonight.
Attractive celebrity, that plays a big part of it.
Yeah,
that plays a big part of it because they see it and then they want to know how, I guess, the two people respond. What I've witnessed is if, like, when I was doing the party thing and women would come in and women would whisper in my ear, who was that? They would only say that about the attractive women. When the less attractive women would come over and hug me and greet me, or should I say, they never inquired about them.
Well, they're looking at who they think would be competition, right?
That's my point.
Yeah, I think that's natural. I think there are certain guys that, I'm friends with that, another guy would never ask anything about. You know what I mean? Like, it's
not a threat.
It's not a threat. At least But that can be tricky because sometimes those people you don't think are a threat are the real threats. I'm just saying, I've seen that happen in the past. Sometimes the people that you think are not the threat are the threat. But I also will say this, and I just want to tell you something, you know, on this Friday night, if you ever in your life call me with a girl on the phone like that and try to check me, I will whoop your slim behind.
I'm not explaining. I've got, the older I got, the less explaining I start doing.
That was wild. The fact that even I don't care what the relationship with the friend and him, but to me he came off as extremely weak, because how dare you, if we've been friends for a long time, I don't know if they've been friends since they were 7, but if we've been friends for a long time and this girl you just start dating and you call me with her talking about we are done. Like, you don't, because what he should have done is he should have de-escalated the situation and he should have spoke up. He acted like he couldn't speak. He wasn't checking the friend. He wasn't checking her.
He was stuck. It was new terrain for that young man. He couldn't figure it out. He wasn't ready for that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't blame him just because he wasn't prepared for that.
You know, but you got to do something, because once you call me, once you call the friend, now you put her in the middle, you put her in a bad position. You got this emotional situation with the girl. He should have immediately, you know, that's, you know, what kind of, like, a man like that obviously cannot lead, because you couldn't even talk. Like, you couldn't even control the situation. You done destroyed a friendship. Well, I mean, that girl probably ain't gonna be destroyed because she was not the smartest bulb in the pack.
True.
She called her a barbarian. I was like, did the porn star call Tatiana a barbarian?
But here's the thing:
no disrespect to porn stars, if there are any out there.
Right. Yeah, we'll get to that. But we knew he wasn't a leader when he couldn't deliver the information that he needed to do in the beginning of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Leadership, but she just didn't know.
Yeah, isn't it funny though that that once what?
She wasn't even mad about that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It was funny that once she didn't even see it. She heard the messy roommates talking about it. Then she got so upset about the girl and that's how I can tell you she was that emotional, because they had been intimate. That is the problem. She's thinking with her heart now. And the fact that he told her he had a baby, it just went right over her head. And she was like, I'm not even worried about the baby now.
That's the part I'm telling you about. She wasn't mad about the baby.
She wasn't.
The thing was supposed to tell her.
Which could prove that maybe you were right once the dude gets to...
Yeah, if I gotta tell a woman something like that, I'm away to get to where it's almost no retreat.
Because a lot of times women, we do feel like once we've been intimate with a man that we can't undo it. We can't, and then now your numbers have gone up, so you might as well, give it a try. Don't laugh at that.
I'm not laughing, but
you did laugh. You just laughed and said, "I'm not laughing."
No, I'm not laughing at. Not because I said this. That's what he's waiting on.
You did.
And where it's going to be more difficult for her to back out. And I get it. I'm not saying that's right, but I get it.
It's not good. It's not. He's just a liar. He's a big fat liar, literally. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He is a big fat liar. There you go, Antoinette. Want that to stick with you. I can't believe that OWN did that to us tonight.
can't believe you caught it because I don't know. No, I didn't even see that.
Oh, I did, because it came across the screen twice. I wondered, like, I saw somebody ask in the chat, is the porn star the baby's mother? I don't think so, because he said she knows about he said that she was the godmother.
Yeah. No, it's not. But initially, I thought.
I did. Don't say big bad Cadillac, because I thought that was so mean when Tamar Braxton said, I did not like that. She's a mean person.
She is.
She is a mean person.
She is.
And to talk about somebody with your edges like that.
Now, see,
is wild.
You lost me.
I'm just saying, she's got edges slicked down to her face and a long weave on. Like, that is just wild that you would. Anyway, I don't want to get on her. That bad. Was so mean. Huh?
That's bad.
The way her edges, do you like that? Is that how you like your edges to look on a girl?
First of all, they're not my edges.
I'm just saying, if that's the type.
No, but I don't like. You would have to bring it to my attention, and I'll be
no. Those edges are in your face.
Yeah, but it's still like, I don't know if that's a bad thing though.
Well, if you like it, we love it. Now I'm gonna clown you about it.
We've had this conversation before.
I am gonna clown you about it. I'm gonna send you a picture of what it looks like, Mo.
Certain stuff that I'm really not keen in on.
But you are. If you can't see what these edges look like, then that's a problem.
But is there edges there? Let's start there.
Barely.
I mean, I didn't. Okay.
Now, you have been known to go out with girls that don't have much edges.
I don't be
But maybe you should.
I'm aware of certain things now more than I was before.
Well, if you like it, hey, keep doing it.
I'm saying, mind your business. Let us like what we like.
Hey, you keep liking it.
But now I'm gonna take a look. So now I might not like it.
No, if you like it, then you like it. I love it. Hold on, I'm about to show it to you because this is what you needed to see. I will show it to everybody.
If I brought out certain stuff to your attention about men, you'd be like, I never knew to look at that.
No, I look at everything. Women look at everything.
Nah, but you might think that's cool.
Nah, if I like it, I don't care what you think. But now, if you like it, then keep on doing it.
But if she bald-headed right here, I'm not really thinking that's a bad thing until y'all be like, it ain't supposed to be like that. I'll be like, oh.
Well, if you like this, then I want you to have
it. I didn't notice it.
Again, if you like it, then keep on rocking with it.
It's not that.
Keep on rocking. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. And if you want to do it, I want you to do it.
It's not. It's just it doesn't come to my attention.
But if you lean in for a kiss, and the top of the head looks like this, you like it?
It's not as bad as you making it out to be. Okay,
well then do it then. Hey,
there's certain stuff as men. I mean, this is not queer eye for the straight guy. We're not looking.
Hey, knock yourself out. Knock yourself and the rest of these edges out.
Y'all be dealing with men with spray paint beards, and we see.
I don't. I do not. And I think. Right, and this is true. She got upset when somebody called her a Muppet, but she gonna call her big back. No, Mo, we know women are more. We pay attention to everything. Now, just because we don't charge y'all for it. Now, I dated a guy that had the, but I planned to, if I actually ended up still dating him, I was gonna make a move and stop that Beijing. So I just was letting him have it for a while.
So why can't I be like, okay, I see what's going on in here, but that's just you can change cosmetics. We can change that.
You had a woman that had a wig on and white hair, a white prison braids underneath it.
Say it again. What?
She had a wig on.
Who?
One of your ladies. And there were the white cornrows was underneath it.
She's sure she was old as shit. But she ain't old as shit, but she was 5 years older than
I would like to point out Exhibit A, Moe again with an old woman.
I didn't. Well, first of all, that's unfair because I didn't know she was 5 years older than me. I did not know.
That's not unfair. That's what you chose.
I did not. She wasn't like. I'm not even gonna talk about this. It's ridiculous.
I'm just saying, if the white cornrows did not cause you to turn away, no, he said that I don't have the knee structure to wrap my legs around someone. That's not true. You ask Gun Boss.
It's too much information for me. I don't know.
Whatever. No. Yes, my memory is unmatched. And I haven't even, this is not even the tip of the iceberg. No, but back to Tatiana and Clavassier.
Clavassier.
What do you think of him packing up his bags and leaving?
He should have. He called her bluff. She played the game that old girl played and not ready to love the spinoff. You play this game like you got an attitude, you don't want to be bothered. And the brother says, you know what? F it. And goes about his business and bounces. And then all of a sudden now, he did the right thing. And I heard the other dude call him I want to say he called him a sucker or something. He shouldn't have. He did the right
thing. He did a bitch move.
That's not. Oh, because she played this I don't want to be bothered tough attitude. It'd be like, look, I'm not going to be in the house and you ignore me and give me attitude. I'm going to leave because that's how you treated me. So I'm going to be out. And once you make that move and you announce that, you got to go all the way with it. And he did it, and kudos to him.
No, you cannot. See, this is my problem. You cannot be in the wrong and flip it. He flipped it. That's so lame. Dudes do that all the time. It's so lame. Like, you do something wrong. You had your friend, your porn friend, wrap her legs around your waist. Then you called a friend and made a bigger mess. Then you admitted you had a baby. Now you're upset because I'm upset with you and you're going to get mad and leave. That is a bitch move.
No, she wasn't tripping on the baby. He apologized for everything.
You cannot apologize. Apology is a verb. I need to see the actions.
No, but
just.
He was trying to do that, and she was giving him attitude.
He tried to flip it. He tried the stupid mind games that men do, the Jedi mind tricks, and it didn't work.
I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna show you through action. But what I'm not going to do is kiss your ass and keep asking you.
But when you messed up.
No, and then we talked. But then you didn't respond until I did that. That's why don't do that. See
what do you mean she didn't respond?
She didn't respond until he was ready to go. Now she was like, well, I'm still willing to work it out. You should have been still working it out when I apologize.
No, that's y'all's stupid Jedi mind tricks. No.
I like what he did and keep it pushing. Hope you ain't never call her back. And I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm just like, stand on whatever you saying. And she did, and then he did. But
I agree with Lynn. Clay went home because he made a fool of himself and did. He looked like a dumbass when he was on the phone with the friend on speaker and the girl was like, he looked like a fool. He couldn't control the situation. He knew that she was gonna be upset with him and that he had messed up. Then he's weak. Like, it's just that's just weak, man.
I think she added fuel she made him feel like a fool. He
is a fool.
No, he was. But what I'm saying is, doing all the hooping and hollering and all that stuff she was doing, she didn't have to do that.
The hooping and hollering?
I mean, all the extra stuff she was doing, like, let him finish and let it play out to see what it's going to be. Let her speak up, the woman on the phone. Let it be what's going to be, and then decide. You still don't have to be with it. No one said
the whole season. Everybody knew that he had a baby. He waited until his porn star friend got there and enveloped him in a loving embrace to tell this girl that he had a child. Even though she couldn't focus on that right now, but once she was there a couple of days and she started realizing that everybody knew about the baby and all that, it was going to be bad. He didn't want to face it, and so he left. He didn't want to face it. He stayed. If that's the case, he should have left from the beginning when he didn't have the balls to tell her that he had a baby.
You're right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I mean, I'm not saying he's right. I get it. And she's not wrong for being mad. But what I'm saying is you apologize. You don't go over there and grovel and look, you apologize. You try to show her what you could do moving forward, but she wouldn't open up after the apology for him to show her anything. So at that point, man, make a decision and let me take myself out of this equation. That's it.
But you guys do realize that if somebody is hurt, right? I just want to make sure the testicular fortitude, I love that. That is everything, DeQueasy. That is exactly, I have to put that down. You guys do realize though, when a person is hurt and a man says the words, I apologize, the hurt does not go away immediately.
But I get that. But if you see him trying and be like, yo, you need anything, you doing all that, and you still giving, listen, I'm apologizing, I'm gonna show action, but what the action is not gonna be kissing your ass. Either we're gonna try this, but you're not gonna try this, and I'm pushing through this wall.
But if you did wrong and you clown me, maybe you should have kissed my ass. I'm just saying, and if you don't, then that means it just wasn't that. It wasn't that to you. Because if you're wrong, whoever is wrong, I don't care who it is. I don't care who's wrong. Whoever's wrong has a lot of nerve saying what they not gonna do.
It's not like he cheated on her.
He made a fool out of her on television.
But and like I said, he apologized on television. What could he do? But after that, if you're giving me a hard time, I'm trying to meet your mother. He was a gentleman at doing that. I'm not saying she's wrong for doing it. I'm saying once he said he was leaving, now you're giving the attitude you should have gave when he apologized.
But that's just like when if a man cheats on a woman and then he's like, well, I'm leaving. And she's like, well, I didn't want you to leave. Just because she's hurt doesn't mean that she's over it. That's some, again, it's the Jedi mind, testicular fortitude, and we're not going to do it.
But the fact that there would have been the Jedi mind if then he would have got what he wanted and be like, nah, I got you. Nah, he kept it pushing. Because once you say it, you got to go with it. And she was, like I said, I have no problem, even at the end. Just stand on it. And if not, why buckle down? Why now, when he says he's ready to go, you said, well, I'm still ready to work it out. Well, when I was coming to you after I apologized, and
it was a very short period of time. She had a lot to swallow in a short period of time.
So why are you saying
he disrespected her with his friend, told her about the baby, and then apologized all in this deception has been going on for the entire show. We just don't agree. I mean, we don't agree. I think
like I agree with her. Like, be mad. I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to be mad at anything. I'm just like, stand on it. Don't change up when you see him ready to leave now. Because he didn't do nothing. He didn't even show you nothing yet. And now
I'm telling you, the only reason she was doing that is because she was hurt. I just then and I'm gonna do something to you just because. If you're liking someone and you find out they did something to hurt you, it doesn't allow you to cut off the care you have for them. You can't cut it off in that moment.
And say, you know what? I'm willing to work it out at some point, but I'm mad at you now. Like, frame it so he don't do what he do.
But she don't. When you're hurt, you don't have the bandwidth to say, you know what? I'm open to talking to you later. I'm just really brokenhearted right now. Who does like that? Doesn't make any sense.
But what I'm saying is, you giving her she don't have the bandwidth. What if he don't have the bandwidth?
He did it. He did it. This is his problem. This is his error.
We're past that part.
No, we're not.
He apologized. He had the bandwidth to go to her mother and come to her, still be a gentleman.
That was right after the friend left.
He was trying to work through his mistake. And it's not an easy mistake because he did it on purpose because he was holding out there. So I'm not even going to say a mistake because that gives him credit.
Thank you.
I'm not giving him credit. I'm just saying if you try, brother, and she still don't with it, then keep it pushing.
I don't agree at all. But I am looking forward to seeing the reunion because I want to hear what Tatiana has to say about, because she couldn't really focus on the baby and the fact that everybody knew that there was a baby, even though she didn't. Like, she couldn't focus on any of that because she was so hurt over the friend.
You're right, and that was way more important. The baby was way more important than the friend. But let me ask you this: as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, here go Christal." What do you think about Homegirl's outfit?
Which one?
You know who. The one you interviewed on here a couple times.
I didn't see her outfit.
The host.
Taronda?
Yes.
I didn't even see Taronda.
We were not watching the same. Christal, she was there. They had counseling.
Oh, I saw the counselor. Maybe I went to check on my soup.
No, they were there together with the counselor, and then she walked off.
Oh, yeah, I must have been checking on my soup.
See, that's why I knew you was busy getting food somewhere. That was the problem. That was the thing.
My soup is healthy, thank you very much. My soup is healthy, and it is within my caloric intake. Forget you.
I don't know where that came from. But
acting like I'm always trying to go eat and snack.
But
I didn't see her. I was checking on my soup.
I was like, Christal gonna say something.
Antoinette says, I think Taronda is pregnant. Jesus, what did she have on?
Oh, the women can describe it better than me. I'm not that good.
Y'all describe to me what Taronda has on.
Well, I knew you wasn't gonna like it.
What about the wig out? Okay, yes. Let's get to Alexis' friend. She looks like she gets her wigs from the same place that Alexis gets hers from. They both have similar wigs.
And they did.
Yes, they do. Let's talk about that. Chris is unserious. Okay, somebody said she had on a cloak. Someone else said a hefty bag.
I'm more on the hefty bag side of things, but yes.
I could see a cloak and a hefty bag being similar.
There you go.
I can't explain. I got to go back and watch it. I was I was checking the soup, and then I was so busy taking a screenshot of Clovassier on the pool table. Yeah, the friend and Alexis look like they hang out together. And Chris does not like Alexis, which we've said this before.
Yeah, we did. We definitely said that before.
Even how he talks, it seems like he's reading a script.
It does. Well, he has the advantage of everyone else in the house. And that is he's been on reality TV before.
Yeah.
So it's like he's reading his own script, which sounds weird for a dude that wants to be on television.
It does. It sounds like, you know how when people are acting like they're trying to act?
Right.
That's how it sounds. It's crazy. But he does not like her. And I know that she's from a Facebook group and she was just trying to be on reality TV. She reminds me of a less attractive version of Sunny.
You know what? You talking about Sunny from Ray to Love?
No, from Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Pardon me. That's what I meant. You know what? I got the same vibe. I got the same energy.
Wait a minute. Under the olive branch says a suede black ball cap with a black bow on the back, a long black high-low dress with a windbreaker over it, and knee-high boots. Girl, I'm going to go watch it and see what this, and I'm going to take a screenshot for next week.
That's a very great description. I like that one.
A high-low dress with a windbreaker and knee boots?
I'm just saying.
Wow, she likes the ball caps. Yikes.
That I'm concerned. The ball, yeah, something up with that. Yeah.
Yikes. Alexis acts like she wants to sleep with Chris. She says she ain't never had to work that hard for a young guy, and will not. That lets you know anytime a young boy, because really that's what young men want with older women. They don't want to have children with you and marry you. They probably want to have a good time. And if he don't even want to have a good time with you, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Very true.
Do you find her attractive?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think they are just a non-factor. They're a non-factor because it doesn't feel his cousin and her friend look like, I mean, they look like they hang out together. Her and the friend look like they could be cousins.
That's true.
I was like, wow, that's birds of a feather.
That's true.
I don't even think she's meaty. I don't know what it is.
I
know what it is. I just won't say.
At this point, does she even care?
No. She keep trying to get to the boom boom room. The show is almost over. Remember when I told you I talked to one of the producers for the show and he said, wait to the hug episode? Obviously, this is what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I had to text him. Obviously, this is what he was talking about.
Yeah, this is when yeah.
This is the hug episode.
Yeah. It's like closer to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta be. Now, who do you think is gonna leave?
Next? To me, it can only be because I'm really confused why they still there.
Who?
That's well now it's down to two people. I'm sorry. I was about to say one. It's Kiki and her situation. And then it's the people we talked about earlier. What's the brother?
Jared and Charlie?
Yeah, no.
Ty and Brittany.
Damn, you just threw it. I forgot about that. It might be Brittany. Yeah, damn.
I think that Ty and Brittany definitely need to go. Actually, all these people need to go except for Cinco and Jay.
Our favorite, and you see how they were bonding.
They laugh at everybody else.
Right. They only had that one hiccup and it wasn't major. So huh?
I
said it was major?
It wasn't major for the show, but I think it's an issue that could come up if you're trying to be in a real relationship.
I think it was more of a miscommunication than anything.
I think if y'all were talking, and because he kept asking about the time period, and you won't tell me the timeline, I think that means I probably won't trust you.
Yeah, but it's like you're right. You're right. But I still don't think it was as bad as anything else. It was, and I think the fact that was that her sister. That was a sister, correct?
Yeah.
I think that had some weight to it.
Yeah.
You know, if it came,
that was her sister. Yeah.
I think if it came,
I think they're cool for the rest of the show, but I think that I would definitely. I'm not sure that they would be together moving past the show.
So if he heard something like that, would you say he was wrong if he pulled back a little bit?
No, I wouldn't. I think he would be right.
Okay. Thank you for being honest. Thank you.
Yeah, I think like I said, that's either side. If a man or a woman, if it had been reversed and he acknowledged that he was intimate with two women in one day and it was while they were talking, I would support her being like, what?
Gosh.
That's wild. That's very wild.
True.
That's wild. I'm with you, Antoinette. I don't see any couples at the reunion. If there would be a couple, it would have to be Jay and Cinco.
That's it.
That's it.
The fact that they had a reunion lets me know it's going to be good.
Oh, it's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be good because number one, we have all these babies. I feel like Charlie is going to realize that Jared was playing in her face and she's going to be mad. They're going to be in a whole different space.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Brandon is going to definitely be done with Kiki when he finds out that she's still living with a man that she just broke up with.
Mm-hmm.
Now he was dealing with her drinking and now she playing on him too. Like he's going to be done.
Somebody going to bring one of them babies to the reunion.
Lavoisier is probably going to be with his porn star friend. They're going to give it a try.
Something tells me we ain't seen the last of her yet.
I don't think so. She's definitely going to be at the reunion. Because just the idea of her, I think that was probably production encouraged for her to wrap her legs around. Like, what friend does that?
Right. And she must do white porn because I ain't never seen her.
Have you seen all the black porn?
I know most of them.
Okay, well,
I know.
the honesty is appreciated.
I know a few of the ladies.
Let's quickly get into somebody's son.
Yes. Where are we starting?
I thought it was hilarious. I think that James is hilarious. I think that James and his mom have the only good relationship on the show out of the three guys. I think that they have a very, very good relationship. I think he obviously is goo goo gaga over Alicia. Nobody else has a chance. I'm sorry. Nobody else has a chance. He has eyes only for her. Poor Brevon. She went on the first date. Bless her heart. She was just talking and talking. And if you know that you talk a lot, hush.
But here's the thing. You get caught up in it because that's what you do. You don't even know that that's what you're doing.
She said she knows she talks a lot.
Well,
and I believe during the conversation, she said she knows she's talking a lot.
That's because that's what she hears from other people. She
has to know.
No, people that...
The camera panned out and came back.
Well, now, you know, on the show, but it's like anybody that's passionate or loves doing something that they don't put a time on it. They just go.
Oh my gosh, James. Let me see. I don't know how to pronounce that. BK said James is an idiot and a jerk. He's catty and superficial doofus. Wow.
Whoa.
Thanks. I don't get that.
This come from. Yeah. Wait. Hold on.
I don't think that. I think he's a sweet kid.
You must know James or know somebody look like James, and you taking that out on James.
Yeah, I don't. Yikes.
Where did all that come from?
I don't know. Or maybe you know somebody that dated him that he didn't do right by or something.
Yeah, if not, give Christal the tea. But damn, we ain't get all that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Hold on. BBJ 404 says Joshua and Oma have a good relationship too, but I think Josh is playing. I feel for Brevon too because she generally I feel for Brevon. I do. She's sweet. But she should got to hush. But I don't think that Joshua and Oma have a great relationship. I think they're both trying to be on TV. I think that he's playing games, but why would she pick for the date the girl that he had the least chemistry with? That was weird.
Because that's the easiest to go ahead and do.
Yeah.
That's the easiest to go ahead and do. Just like he picked a certain girl and in the kissing thing, he was more into her. But the baddest chicks, he looked uncomfortable with.
See, I didn't see. I did not see that. I thought the girl that she's the journalist that Omar sent him out with. I think she's pretty. I think she's sweet, but she's not that ain't who he was really into. And I think Oma she's picking who she wants him to be with. And you're right, Chad's mom did that too. But the difference is Chad and his mom are not on the same page at all. In fact, there was like some cringy moments there. We'll talk about that in just a minute. There were some cringy moments to me with Chad and his mom. But
yeah.
But with Josh, she picked the girl that she felt he didn't have the most connection with. And I don't think, I think she was trying to give her a chance. Her whole reason for picking her just didn't really make any sense to me.
It didn't. And if you watch these episodes, I got a feeling about the whole thing. I don't buy it. I like what you said. I think they want to be on TV, especially the
yeah, but him too, because I think with him being like, okay, you don't want anybody to know that you're a football player, but you really want people to know you're a football player.
Yeah, this boosts. He's a free agent. This boosts your profile.
That's what I'm saying. So if you think that dating girls is going to be difficult because they're going to try to use you because you're a football player, then why do you come on a reality show to let people know that you're a football player?
Thank you.
And it doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense at all.
That means they can kick you out. You don't have no contract with no, like, y'all don't understand what that means. So
he is, and what it means is, as Amanda R says, he's unemployed right now.
Thank you.
That is exactly what it means, and probably will be, which is why he's doing this show, because he's trying to get he's trying to pivot into reality TV.
Bingo.
Yeah, I don't think he's into any of the girls, honestly. I think he's into being on TV. I think Oma is into being on TV. Even her counsel and all that, it's like they're trying to act. I don't like them at all. Now, let's move to Chad. Because like I said, I was cringing when he kind of checked his mom. Yeah. There were several times, and we saw this a little bit the first couple of episodes, but he got upset because she sent home a girl that he really liked. And he's very clear about the fact that she was not there through most of his growing up. But why would she say, I want to know that these girls come from 2-parent families? And he had to check her and be like, I didn't grow up in a 2-parent family. And she knows that because she's the mother who wasn't there. He was going back and forth. And it was, I feel like she's trying to parent now. As opposed, like, you could tell she's trying to make up for not being, it's just weird. It's very strange.
Thank you. It was uncomfortable to watch because you could see it. And I really think that she feels away. I believe this whole idea was hers to try to be in her son's life at this point. And I think, unfortunately, he has some resentment about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's clear. It's clear.
And I think she's trying, though. I think she's trying, and I think he has to learn. He seems a little bitter somewhere in that space that, this is the mom that wants back in, and she's trying to figure out and how to do it. And I think he can ease up on her a little bit. It's, at the end of the day, it's still your mom. And yeah, she don't know who you are, the grown man today, but it's tough, man. Nobody wants to see that on camera, and I don't think he's meaning to do that. That's just his emotions.
Yeah, I don't think he's meaning to be that way to her. And I also think that there's hurt. I agree. Why would they come on the show? Because there's obviously some hurt that's there with him, because you see, and especially in his confessionals by himself, there's just some unresolved pain. I don't know why they would have opted to come on TV. I don't know if she wanted to do it or he wants to do it. I do think, and I think we see her trying to get back, but we don't know his side of it, right?
Ah,
They definitely need a counselor present, but they need a counselor present that's not talking about somebody's son, that's talking about that. Because to me, that's going to affect the way he interacts with a young lady, because he does not trust his mom. Well, and I just think that's going to affect him in his dating process.
I think it would affect him depending on if he sees energy. I'm just throwing this out there. This is not it. I don't know nothing about these people.
Yeah.
Let's say his parents divorced on the fact that the mother cheated. And he has insecurities about women cheating. That would affect him.
Yeah.
If he dealt with a woman that cheated, he would never do it again because it's triggering, that would affect him.
I think that, I don't agree. I think that he's going to have trouble with the woman because the mom obviously dropped the ball, at least in his opinion, at some point. So whatever he's going to look for, just like people say women have daddy issues, men can have mother issues and daddy issues, and women can have mother issues and daddy issues. But it's clear that there's an issue there. So if he doesn't feel like she was nurturing, I think sometimes we look for a partner to be what we missed with our parent, right? And a lot of times we put a lot of pressure on them to be the opposite because that hurt us, right? So because his mom was not there, he may want a woman that's the total opposite of his mom. And he may put a lot of energy into that. And I think you can just tell that there's a lot of brokenness there. And I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see it in the show, but the fact that the mom is trying to put up a front, and he was just very honest. He was like, I mean, I didn't come from a 2-parent family, and I think I turned out okay. And she was just like, why would you even say that? It's like you're trying to be something that you're not. Like he's being real.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to look what's coming. No, it's 100% real what he's saying, but it just feels like this is a woman that's trying, man. And when you see someone that's trying, and I don't know if it was any apology or accountability or whatever the situation might be,
right?
But the woman is trying, man.
But we don't know if she's trying or she just wants to be on TV. Hey, Quinny, we don't know. Haitian Empress, girl, what's up? Coming in late, but we love the fact that you're here. Yeah, I don't think that you try by being on reality TV. And I also think that at his age, he's still very young. A lot of times it takes time to, get that relationship back, and probably being on the television is probably not either. It may help if they're able to get counseling, but it also could push them further apart because he does seem to have I think he comes off as very hurt, as a boy that grew up without nurturing and is very hurt. And very stoic, very, difficult because he's trying to be something, but he didn't get that from his mom. And she's trying to show up here on television without doing the heavy lifting that it takes to have the type of relationship that James and his mom have,
I got you. No, that's fair. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. I hope they figure that out, man. I really do.
Yeah. Alicia asked James about how he felt with his mom going through cancer. And that really touched me a lot, seeing him be very vulnerable. And it made me think about, I remember my son was so little when I was dealing with cancer, so little. But I remember him being afraid that his mom was going to die like at age 9, you know what I mean? And so that was kind of difficult to watch because, your children are afraid for you. But I wondered what you thought about that. I do agree with you, stories Simone shares, that Alicia is slick. She is slick and she knows how to set her trap, but it doesn't even matter because James doesn't have eyes for anybody else at all. Samara, what is the other girl's name? Samanya. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, it's the girl that, what did she eat something?
Oh, she was trying to impress the mom, and then just, and the mom is kind of slick too.
Very.
Yeah, the mom is kind of
the mom don't trust.
Sabrinae. Yes, Sabrinae. I was like, it sounds like a wine, Sabrinae. Yeah, the mom tried to clock her tea. But yeah, Alicia is definitely going to break James' heart. I don't think she really would be into James if not for being on a reality show.
She might I don't know. I got a feeling she got to go through her athlete phase.
I agree. And I don't think she's going to want a James. She's going to want a guy that's going to be a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Sabrinae does sound sommelier, all of that. Sauvignon is what I was thinking of. But yes, she just.
The mother wants everybody to be real, and she kept looking at.
Does she want them to be real, or is she just trying? She's doing the most.
Taking the tree to see who's gonna fall. I get it.
Poor Brevon. I wish that he would like Brevon.
I actually wish he would like her. Yes,
because they have the most in common.
But
she would be the best. I think she would be the best choice for him. She not slick. She not running after athletes. She just a sweetheart. I agree with Haitian Empress. James is a dork that she would have zero interest in if it weren't for the camera. I don't know if I think he's a dork, but I definitely don't think that Alicia would have any interest in him. Alicia like being in them sections with them ballers, with them players, with them shot callers. She's not trying to be with James.
James is a little too straight-laced for her.
Oh, very much so.
And that's not a bad thing.
See, James and Brevon, they like to golf. They both come from upper middle class families. That's just, and I don't know. I think Sabrinae just, I don't know. She kind of gets lost in between the two of them. Her personality just kind of gets lost a little bit.
True, very true, very true, very true.
Yeah. But I am concerned about Chad and his mom.
Once again, man, I hope they work that out.
Well, I hope that there's some counseling for them, and maybe we'll see more of that come through, because I do think when you grow up and you get into a relationship, I think in many ways we start to understand our parents even more, because we start to, be an adult. Story Simone Scherer says Brevon is dangerous too, nice but clingy and possessive. I don't think she's dangerous. I think she's just trying to be competitive, because the producers are encouraging them to be competitive. Her calling James her man, I didn't take it like,
yeah, like they put so much extra on that. Like, relax, man.
I didn't think that it was that big of a deal. I think he don't like her, which is why he reacted like that.
He don't, unfortunately, but yeah, he don't.
He don't like her. I do want her to stop talking so much. Let the flow. Let it flow. If it's doing all this, and you're not getting much back, you got to slow it down. You got to slow it down. Slow it down. You got to get a rhythm, Brevon. It's got to be a rhythm. If it's all one way, it's not a rhythm. You got to slow it down. Slow it down. Make him ask you some questions, baby girl. Make him ask you some questions.
He after this, he done.
Yeah. He don't. I mean, I'm just saying for her moving forward.
Right.
He don't like her, but somebody else. Just, make them work a little bit for it, baby. Don't give it all to them. Give them a minute. I feel like he's being nice, but it's clear he doesn't like her. I think that he wants the mom to get rid of her. I think that she will be the next to go.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. She'll definitely be the next to go. Did y'all almost see the disappointment in his eyes when she won the contest? I was like, dang. He was trying to get to Alicia.
Really was.
And Alicia was the one that scored the least.
But he needs this lesson with Alicia. He needs this lesson. his downfall. He needs this.
He's gonna come hard and fast.
Every man at some point, the earlier the better. You need that lesson that he's gonna learn.
And his mom is not gonna be able to save him.
You're right about that. If moms can't save you, man, you got to go through that and feel the way you feel and hurt the way you hurt. Hopefully, it ain't that bad. The older you get, the feel the hurt is better.
I think it's going to be bad because you got to also realize he's been a privileged kid. He feels, he sees himself a certain way. So when that hurt comes, it may be worse than if somebody else goes through that earlier in their life.
Right. Because you said what he said. He was like, yo, look at, you ain't here with me. They out there with my mom. So what's that,
Yeah, he's falling hard. He's falling hard.
She works.
And he didn't even blink when he heard what she did for a living. He ain't worried about her being in the clubs. He ain't thought about what that means.
Got him. Because he ain't in those spots. Got him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll be watching. I hope that they do show some counseling for Chad and his mom. We could just get this over quickly with James and get him to Alicia. She may leave him at the very end, if there's not a way for her to have a spinoff or something. And I don't really care about Joshua and Oma. I really don't care.
Me neither.
I don't care. But I do like the girl that I like with Chad is the little young one that is not working. I like her. She's adorable for him. It's not going to work though.
That part.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready for anybody yet. Not yet. But what you got planned this weekend?
Working.
Okay.
Gotta work tomorrow morning. This is my weekend to work. I work every other weekend, so yeah.
Well, I am going to a Polo Classic tomorrow.
Check you out. Okay.
I am going to a Polo Classic, and then I have a wine tasting extravaganza on Sunday.
You got a bougie weekend.
I do. I love a bougie weekend.
Bet you do.
I do. I love a bougie weekend. So I will be doing my fascinator and sundress tomorrow for the Polo Classic. And then I will be
is that the and sundress thing?
No, it is one for the Married to Medicine. The new lady on Married to Medicine and her husband are throwing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should start vlogging. I should. I do a horrible job. It's good for me to be able to get here with y'all 3 times a week. I am, but I should vlog that. Who is a carnal Christian? Who is that? Who is a carnal Christian? Haitian Empress, who is you talking about? Who is James and Bree? Oh, James and Bree Vaughn found out they attend the same church. How did they just find that out? Does James not go to church? That is wild. Yes, we have officially forgotten a Really to Love cast as well. Family or Fiance is coming back.
And they started running the ads for Ready to Love. I don't know when it's coming. They said
I saw it still. But they're just tempting us, and we're not falling for it.
Hey.
I don't like it. We're gonna watch, but I don't like it. Y'all are making me laugh with this. He's a carnal churchgoer. Most young men are. Most young men are carnal churchgoers because if like I know, I grew up in church, and those men be the worst ones. I won't name any pastors' names.
Hey man, he could be out here gangbanging. Leave him alone.
That's true, but I'm just saying, don't think because he go to church, he's a good guy.
That's a fact.
Don't be fooled.
Please don't think that.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I hope that you have a good time at work. You guys tune in because we have part 2 on Wednesday For the Love of Moe. We're coming back. I changed the music for those of you that kept DMing me about music being changed.
Ass. I still ain't heard it. I don't want to hear it.
It's not bad. They just did not like the music. They did not like the music. I got so many complaints about the music. I'm like, yo, it ain't for real. Come on. Christal, change the music. I'll change the music. And Gun Boss is going to help me. I'm going to get Gun Boss's sign off.
You could get whoever. I ain't doing none of this shit. I'm just watching.
But I would just say Gun Boss obviously like short, thick, curvy, brown skin girls. And that's not what Scorpio Moe likes. So Gun Boss may have him dating people that, he may not want to be with.
I'm not dating none of it.
Now that's not true. That's not gonna work, Mo. You said that if it was one that actually passed the test, you can't do that.
Oh, I said.
Well, then I'm not doing this. I'm revolting. We're in a standoff. I am not wasting my good energy if you're not even gonna if you're not even gonna take it into consideration.
This is a social experiment.
But you have to, at least if there's a good pick, take it into consideration. If you're not even going to take it into consideration, we're not going to waste these women's minutes on this going back and forth. In my minutes, y'all know I work all day, every day. I can't be doing this if Mo's not even going to give it a chance.
No, but checking your phone.
But I'm responding. I'm really putting energy into this.
Hey, I hope they ain't saying nothing crazy.
I need you to acknowledge that you will at least consider it.
I'll see what I can do.
No. I'm gonna need you to commit.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm on strike. I'm on strike. For the Love of Mo has been put on pause. See? We just got started and now we're already on hiatus. Just like Ready to Love. It's Ready to Love all over again. It's Ready to Love all over again. Damn it, man. Now, as soon as Mo says he will consider it, then we'll start back up with filming. But as of today, we're on hiatus. See, and this could be a really good thing.
We're enjoying it. We're having fun.
No, but you can't say that. That's the whole purpose. We don't just have fun with no purpose. This is a party with a purpose.
You seen the people on there. You sent me a couple profiles, but Saturday you showed me a couple when I saw you.
I'm only picking a couple. This is a party with a purpose. There is a purpose for this party.
I'm with you.
If you're not gonna make it a purpose, then we're just not gonna. Then we're on hiatus.
I'm with you. We're gonna enjoy it. Let's enjoy it.
No, Mo, you have to give it a chance.
I mean, I give it a chance. We'll see.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, not the girls that I pick. Like, how would that be so much worse than the girls that you pick? You've been picking bad. What? I'm just saying, I was picking bad too.
You're supposed to be acting like me and see from a female's perspective.
I am, but I'm saying if I find a diamond in the rough,
which you are not.
You don't know that.
Have you found one yet?
I'm still in it. I'm not a quitter.
It's still rough.
Point is, you're being negative, and that's not how you find love. Love comes to us when we're optimistic and we believe.
I believe in you. We're going to see what happens.
Okay, but I'm just saying you have to acknowledge that you will give it a try.
All right.
Or we're shutting down production.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we're back on. We were about to go dark. This week. All right. We love y'all for watching. Make sure y'all have an amazing week. I will try to I'll try to do some vlogging because this is Dr. Mimi and her husband are doing this polo classic. Now, y'all know I'm funny about polo classics because I'm all about the horses. And if they're not really polo, and I'm gonna have something to say. We're gonna see. And then I'll let you know about the wine tasting, what wine we have selected. But we love you guys for watching. We're gonna wish Mo good positive energy as he works the weekend. And did you throw it back? Did you throw the energy back?
No.
I thought you did like that.
No, I mean, I did not to that. No.
I was like, don't throw the energy back. You receive it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a good weekend. Mo, you have a good weekend, and we will talk on Monday.
Monday, Grace and Gossip. Wednesday, the Dating Diaries. Then back again Friday. You know the drill, y'all.
That's what we do. All right, y'all watch TV, get into it. We'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good one.
You know.